Hello and welcome, Power Warriors and guests. My name is Jim Bunch, and I'm super excited to introduce you to this amazing experience tonight. If you're brand new here and watching us live, go ahead and type into the chat. If you've been here a minute, you're one of our amazing Power Warriors. Let us also know that you're here and where you're checking in from. Tonight, we are doing a special Power Hour, and I'm about to introduce you to somebody who has absolutely mastered this Power platform and this opportunity, and she is going to share with you some amazing insights of how this company, this platform, is disrupting not just the solar industry and the roofing industry, but industries like the HVAC and other home service industries. That's what we're dedicated to tonight. So I love seeing everybody lighting it up from San Diego to Pittsburgh to Raleigh to Daytona Beach, Florida, my old stomping ground, Virginia, Charlottesville. Awesome. I see Mr. Charles Thompson with that amazing ocean view in the background there. Good to see you on, my friends. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for inviting your trusted friends and networks here to hear about this amazing platform that was started just about a decade ago. And you're going to hear the origin story. You're going to hear how this software platform is disrupting industries. You're going to hear how you can scale your business to increase your profits without any capital risk and without a lot of the headaches. Now, Melissa Dawson, the gal that I'm about to introduce you to, has come onto the platform a few years ago. We've become dear friends, and I wanted to share with you just personally about who she is and her business acumen so that as you listen to what she's going to share, you can relate to the transformation she's had in her life and her business. Now, when I say that Melissa Dawson was the life of the party, that is not just a catchphrase. She actually, in her old career, used to build parties. She worked for one of the larger alcohol companies, and her job was to throw fun parties. When she found out about Powur and the opportunity to make an impact and to fulfill her lifelong dreams, she started going, wait a minute, maybe there's another way to do life. And since that time, she went from really not knowing anything about solar to building an amazing business, to becoming an impact CEO, and doing this, by the way, from Idaho, where we aren't even doing installs yet. So she's built a national business from the comfort of this amazing home that she built, and that was one of her dreams. So I encourage you tonight to ask yourself, what are your dreams? What are your goals? Because the person you're about to meet had this vision of a sustainable home on her favorite ski hill overlooking this beautiful, gorgeous lake and living this lifestyle of creating an impact and a life-changing income. So personally, she leads our enterprise program. Every week, she is teaching people how to onboard on the enterprise software program. She's helping them strategically build and grow their profits in their companies. And I can think of anybody who's better to talk about the impact that's being had because of this platform and all the amazing sellers than Melissa Dawson. So please give her a huge welcoming as Melissa Dawson enters the stage to take us through tonight's Powur platform presentation. Welcome, Melissa. Light them up.
Right, everyone. Hello. Well, we are so glad all of you are here. As Jim mentioned, I love selling solar. I love the impact that we all get to have on not only a homeowner, but recently it's really been the impact that we can have for businesses. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight, is if you're a roofer, windows, doors, floors, HVAC, if you are working with a homeowner tonight, we're going to show you how to add thousands and thousands of dollars to your bottom line. So we are Powur, and we install and we work a lot with solar, but we're not actually an install company. We are a platform, and that's tonight. You're going to learn how you can leverage this platform to seamlessly add a solar division to your current portfolio. All right? So if you, again, are that roofer, windows, doors, floors, anybody that's talking to a homeowner, you can now save them money on their electric bill and maybe get a new roof, get a new HVAC system, do different things to help them lower their electric bill by making their home more energy efficient. So that's what we're going to do tonight, is we're going to show you how to stop leaving thousands on the bottom line and add it to your bottom line. All right, so what if you could increase your closing rate without lowering your price and margin and beat out your competition? What if you could offer additional value to every single one of your customers, really differentiate yourself from the competition, earn more on every home, be on the forefront of a rapid growing industry, offer something that really helps you get more clients? What if you could do all of that without adding any additional burden or any additional staff? What if you could do that? Well, guess what? You can with the Powur platform, and that's how you're going to learn to do that tonight. All right, so let's just talk a little bit about price of utilities. All right, we all know our price of gas just keeps going up. I actually am from Idaho. I thought we had expensive gas until I just went to fill up my rental car here, and my goodness, California, you pay very expensive gas prices and electric prices. If you take a look at this graph here, in 2000, you were at about 13 cents a kilowatt an hour. I always like to give that gasoline analogy because that's kind of like what a kilowatt an hour is. So that was back in 2000, you were at 13 cents. Right now, you can be all the way up to 44 cents a kilowatt an hour. My goodness, that is some serious price increases on your electric bill. And that's why the value proposition of solar is so exciting for your homeowners. So, basically, your homeowners are going to end up going solar with or without you. So why not be that company that introduces that homeowner to solar? All right? So what are some benefits of homeowners going solar? Well, they can save a lot on their electric bill. We actually still, believe it or not, even with the feds raising the rates of interest, we still, in the solar industry, have some of the very best financing options available. We'll definitely talk more about financing options later this evening. And there's a huge federal tax credit of 30%. And you know what? There are so many more tax advantages depending on like what state you're in. And our certified reps, they know how to find all of the good incentives out there for you and your homeowners. So why not help your clients stop wasting money on their utility bills and offer them solar? So for tonight's purpose right now, we're going to take a look at a roof. Now, this could work the same way: windows, doors, floors, alarm, anything you're doing with a homeowner, you could kind of apply this same concept. But for tonight, we're going to take a look at a roof. All right, so if we look at just a standalone roof, okay, your new roof cost, let's just say $14,750. You've got an average bill, your customer does, of about $315. Now, if they're going to finance that, that's at $125, but they're still going to have that utility bill. And we know that utility bill is only going to go up, up, and up. All right? Now, if you sell that roof, maybe your commission's going to be at about $1,500. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at when we do a roof solar combo. All right? So we're going to say the same numbers again: $14,750, old utility bill. Now we can finance that at $209, but take a look at that. Utility bill down to $20. What kind of sell do you think that is to your homeowner? Like you're either going to say, hey, here's your new roof, here's a price, or let's take a look at really just lowering that electric bill. Let's take a look at having you become energy independent, not be subject to the rising cost of energy, and get a new roof. How does that sound, Mr. Homeowner? Guess what? I bet that sounds a lot better than a standalone roof. Even bigger, let's take a look at the savings. So the homeowner decreases their annual household bills because now they've decreased that electric bill. All right, so if we're gonna look at a 25-year savings, if we're using that same equation there, at about $42,660. Again, how attractive does that look to the homeowner? Looks pretty attractive. You know what else looks attractive is the commissions. Take a look at that. The commissions on average for that would be roughly about $7,900, and that is still giving the homeowner a huge added value of having their solar and a new roof. So that's, again, just one example of how great it is when you seamlessly add solar to your existing portfolio working with the homeowner. So how big is this opportunity? It's huge. It's so big, it's amazing. 130 million homes right now in the US. And if we take a look at that, 90 million are eligible for solar. Yet only 3.5 million have went solar. You know, I'm always blown away when I fly in here to our headquarters and I get to fly over and see all the houses that still don't have solar. It is just crazy to me. Right now, there are 87 million eligible homes for solar right now. And in fact, in 2022, someone went solar every 44 seconds. I don't know about you all, but man, I'm thinking, boom, that is an opportunity. So why, if it's such a big opportunity, why aren't more companies doing it? Well, you know, we really think it's the model, okay? So we're gonna talk a lot about that tonight. We're gonna talk about the old model, and then we're gonna talk about the new way, the Powur way, the first cloud-based solar company out there. You know, so I think Bucky Fullester, he said it the best, and that is to change things. Don't try to fight the existing reality. Build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. And that is exactly what Powur did, and that is what you're gonna learn about tonight. You know, we are a platform. We are right now in a platform economy. What does it look like? Well, we don't go to Kmart anymore. Nope, we pull out our phone, get on our computer, we shop at Amazon, and boom, it's delivered to us, some people the next day, you know. Where I live in Idaho, it's a couple days, but either way, I'm not going to Kmart. And when I flew in yesterday, I did not take a taxi. No, I got on my phone and I got a nice Uber. I didn't stay in a Marriott. I always like to stay on the beach or an Airbnb. You can just see all of the different examples how we are now in a platform economy and not in this old school model. Like, do you ever go to a Blockbuster? No, because they don't exist. We go to use Netflix, same thing, EXP, all of it, platform economy. And that is why we're winning, because we're taking that platform economy and we're bringing it to the solar industry. All right, so what does that mean when we can bring a platform economy to the solar industry? Well, it means that we're gonna get better pricing for all of your homeowners out there. You can take advantage of the Powur's transparent cost of goods model, which if you think about it, and we're gonna talk numbers later to see how much volume we do, basically we have such large volume that we are able to drive the pricing down. We're able to procure the equipment at the very best pricing. We're able to get lending, best options out there. So you add that with our 30-year warranty, and we also have a $1,000 ambassador program. You add that whole thing, it is just better for the sellers, better for the homeowners. And what does that equal? Better for you and your business. All right, so right now we are working with our preferred partners: roofing, HVAC, pest control, windows, doors, floors, landscapers. Again, if you are working with a homeowner, why not help them save money on solar? You know, so don't just take my word for it, because I can be up here talking all night long about how pumped up I am for this, for the home service industry. Instead, let's listen to a couple of our preferred labor partners.
I've been in the roofing industry for 10 years now, and I was given an opportunity by the owners of Peak to Peak Roofing and Exteriors. Anytime we get big level storms in Colorado, roofers come in from all over the nation. Because of that, there's a lot of fraud that happens in this state. So being a local company that's been here, was founded here, we're able to provide services for people and give them peace of mind, knowing that if we say we're going to do something, we're going to actually do it.
I've been in the roofing business for 22 years now. I got into this business in Chicago, started out as a door knocker. Eventually I did sales, so I had the pleasure of being able to work with some of the largest roofing companies in the country. And, I evolved into being a business owner. We've had McAllen Valley Roofing now for going on 11 years, and kind of the rest is history. McAllen Valley Roofing is one of the most trusted roofing companies in Texas, and people in our community really trust us. When we sit down and we say something, they listen. And so when we actually offer solar, they take it seriously. And when we show them the math, they make a decision to go solar.
As a roofing professional, we experienced a lot of pain points trying to get into solar. The communication was horrible. They were not, actually executing the way that they said. And I have a lot of high-end clientele. And so 3 specific clients of mine, they completely dropped the ball. And I was like, that's it, I'm done. And it kind of fell off my radar for a little bit until I met with one of my realtors and said, hey, I hooked up into this platform with this company called Powur, and it's been incredible. And I was a little skeptical at first, and then I decided to take a step of faith and actually look at the platform, and we were like, let's go for this.
I got introduced to Powur through one of my buddies, a very, very successful friend of mine, and says, hey, Brian, you have a roofing business, and I have an opportunity for you using the other company that you currently already have. And I thought that was such a great idea, because there's this evolution that's happening with solar where there's going to be this merge of industries together. It's going to be solar roofing together, and I want to be on the forefront of that. And so when he had told me about this opportunity with Powur, I took it seriously.
One of the benefits of the Powur platform is I can easily offer solar solutions to my existing clientele, and that goes for anybody in the trades. If you're a painter, if you do gutters, even if you're inside homes cleaning carpet, you can offer these solutions easily to your existing clientele. So after only 9 months in the industry, we've sold 30 systems, and in just the month of September alone, I sold 9 systems, ranked number 5 in the entire company. Powur is the catalyst that can lower the activation energy required to be successful in solar, because after many iterations and a lot of failure with other companies, Powur has proven to be the platform that we needed to plug and play and achieve that level of success.
The cost of overhead is probably, one of our biggest concerns as a roofing company. When you're talking about your payroll, your accounting, your project management, your tracking, your phone calls, it costs me about $150,000 a month. And Powur takes care of all that for $85 a month. And at the end of the day, that's really what matters. Low overhead, high profit. We just do what we do best, and that's go out there and recruit and sell. And that's the part that I love.
So as we got into the Powur platform, I was introduced to several key leaders in the company, one of them being Charles Thompson. So Charles, one of the things he did inside of our relationship was help me become a Tier 3 seller. And inside of that relationship building, we were also able to plug into the enterprise program, which he told me about, which allows my entire company to be plugged into Powur. And we've been seeing the benefits of that from day one. We have now become the certified roofer and the preferred roofer for Powur in the state of Colorado.
Once people, jump onto the solar train, once they realize the benefits, your customers become your biggest advocates. And what I've noticed is our sales guys become super busy after they've sold a couple projects, because literally their customers, as an ambassador, are making $1,000, and now they're telling everybody about it.
Being a trades professional, being in the roofing industry, now being able to offer solar, one of the reasons why I do this is because, we make a tremendous amount of money. And the reality is I like money, and I like making a lot of money. But the thing that has always lent to my success is the fact that I really care about people. And I really believe in solar, and the fact that I can offer a clean energy solution to people and save them a ton of money is something that's really lent to the success of me being in solar, because I've just taken that same heart out of roofing and applied it to solar. Powur can change your life. It really can.
Powur was a godsend. They do all the accounting and project management. And when you think of a roofing company, those are really your 2 biggest hurdles. I wish I had a roofing company that can do that for me. My name is Brian McSteen, and I'm living a powered life.
My name is Damon, and I'm living a powered life.
Wow. I just love seeing the success that our different preferred labor partners have. It's just been an incredible opportunity to see how many companies that we're really starting to help transform the way they're operating because they're able to take care of their business using the platform. You know, they're able to use our marketing app sets, our virtual proposal tools, online back office, the homeowner presentation materials, the training, all of it. It's just huge. I bet you're all thinking, I wonder what it looks like. I wonder what all this looks like. Well, you know what? Let's just take a look around and take a little tour of what I call the Powur back office. So it starts off with awesome social media graphics to use. You can go all sorts of different ways on your prospecting. You know, if you want to be doing mail campaigns, you know, mail flyers, maybe that's your style. Awesome. We've got it. You know, you can send out short videos. You can do all sorts of things. Warranties. You can check out anything, send it. Beautiful flyers. If you want leave behinds for at your, you know, if you have a door knocking crew, you can have them put it out there. Our Powur marketing team is by far one of the best marketing teams I have ever worked with. And they have given you all of that. Oh, this feature that you're looking at right here, how cool is this? You can find your own little search area and send direct mail flyers right to that area. I know a lot of you roofers and HVAC, you love to use that. The other thing is our software will allow you or your reps to design right there. They're going to be able to find for your homeowner what's going to work best. You know, are the panels good over here? Where are they at? What kind of offset? You know, you might wonder what an offset is, but don't worry, we'll teach you about that later. Basically, we're going to provide all the tools for you right when you're with the homeowner. You know, what's going to work best with the SRACs? What kind of federal tax credits are? How much money are they going to save? It is absolutely incredible. Then we have what we call our knowledge base, okay? This is like the whole brain where we house all sorts of things. You can learn how to do a roofing. You can learn about our products. You can learn what kind of lending we have. Oh my gosh, we have amazing things too that are like a market development. So each area, Bobby Smith was huge with bringing this where you can learn about certain areas. Basically, in our knowledge base, you can look up whatever you want to know, whatever you're training, it's all right there. It's a huge, huge opportunity as you're using all of these different tools. You know, you can find out about specific areas, specific utilities. You know, you can just scroll in, hover over, and boom, there you go. What kind of rebates are in that area? You know, we've partnered up with our manufacturers that come on board and they do weekly trainings. Oh my gosh, this that you're seeing right now, virtual site survey, love it. It allows the homeowner to get engaged right away after contract. You know, they're taking their pictures. It allows us to speed up our designs within sometimes 72 hours. So for those of you that aren't involved in solar, that is huge. It's fast. It really makes us way more innovative than the competition out there. It gives you an amazing dashboard so you can keep track of what your team is doing. And you know, if you're into business, you like reports, right? So you can run those reports. You can see any project communications. Right up here, yours checking out right now is our ambassador program. And again, we're going to keep talking about that actually right after this because the ambassador program, it is huge. So very exciting. You know, one of my favorite quotes that I learned quite a while ago, it was use the tool, don't be the tool. And right there, you just got a little snippet there of how many awesome tools are there. So I told you a couple times that we talk about the ambassador program. So let's talk about that ambassador program. Not many companies out there do that, but Powur offers a $1,000 referral if a homeowner refers somebody to go solar with us. So customers, they mean the world to us. I know that they mean the world to you. So we'll take such good care of them because we want them to be able to refer. You know, if you think about it right now, when you're talking to all these different homeowners, maybe they know somebody that they can refer to you for business. So it's really a huge way to build your business, and that's through Powur's robust ambassador program. All right, so there's just flexible ways that you can run your business. First, we're going to talk about how you can refer and earn. So a lot of companies want to just simply refer their leads to one of our certified tier 3 closers, okay? So let's just give the example that if you are an HVAC company and you want to just refer Bob, your customer, over to one of our certified tier 3 closers to do a proposal. So that's one way that you can do. And if you do that, you're going to be splitting the commissions at about an average of 50%. So if we kind of look at your normal average system, obviously, if it's a big system, it's going to be more money. If it's a smaller system, it's going to be less. But on average, you and your company will have the ability to earn $3,500 per home. Now, let's go to the next level. Maybe you and your sales reps want to learn how to sell solar. We can also teach you and mentor you how to do that. So that would look a lot like you're going to get certified, you're going to go through our mentorship program, and then you can earn an average of that $7,000 per home. You can build it, scale it with your teams. We're there to help you along the way. So enterprise is our newest model, okay? And we're gonna, again, in just a bit, I'll show you the 3 different platforms that we offer. But our enterprise software allows you to, set your own lead gen roles. Perfect example, let's say you've got door knockers in the field, maybe you've got your call center, something like that. You can set how much you want to pay them. You can have admin. You can do different things with the software to help you. Team compensation's taken care of. Everybody becomes a 1099 if that's how you want it. You get control of the cost for them. You get to now, as an enterprise, co-brand. It really is, I just kind of call it like it's just an entrepreneur's total dream, because if you can think of it, the software, we can show you how to do it, to seriously, seamlessly add a solar division to your current portfolio. All right, so let's just take a look at this model right here. All right, so most solar installers flip this model reverse, okay? What does that mean? That means they keep the 70% and then they give the 30% back out to the field. Well, Powur went ahead and flipped that model upside down. Powur actually gives the field, the enterprise, the owner, 70%. They go ahead and keep 15% of that margin, of the remaining margin, and then the other 15% is what we call a revenue share, meaning they share that back out to the teams. So that would look like, if we're looking at either personal sales or an enterprise sale, you can earn that 70%, roughly on that average, $6,000 to $7,000. And then if you're into that 50-50 split, that's the one we talked about a moment ago with a refer to earn. That can be the 50-50. Now, the revenue share, that's that 15%. So I'm going to highlight that for a minute. That is what we call passive income. So very similar to an EXP real estate model. If you refer another company to use the platform, then you're going to get a percentage of every install. So think about that for a moment. How many other home service industries do you know? How many other roofers, windows, doors, floors, alarms, pest control, HVAC, how many of those companies do you know that you could refer to the platform? It's huge, and you can earn, on average, that $150 to $550 that's paid out weekly. Now, the next way that you can earn on the platform is the financing rebate. This is absolutely huge. I really don't know that many other companies that do this. So if you think about it, your sales reps, you're in the home, you're helping the homeowner find the very best financing option, but you guys are the ones that sold that. So you should get that financing rebate. This is so big. Powur gives you the financing rebate. So that's about an average of 1.5% back. If we take a look at a normal loan price of about $50,000, that's going to give you an extra $750. You can either keep that as an enterprise, or if you want to discount it for your homeowners, whatever you want to do. That's the beauty of the platform, is you get to decide how you want to use that financing rebate. And then the last part is stock options. Powur really wants this to be a community where everybody is involved and owned, so there are stock options available as well. So I mentioned the training a bit ago and talked a little bit about that knowledge center, but we have world-class training. So when you think about the overhead that your company might currently have, how much are you spending on training? How much time? How much to build the content? How much to do that? Well, guess what? Powur has that training. Like, I am right now in a beautiful recording studio. There's only 3 like that in the world. It allows us the opportunity to create world-class training. Once a month, we have a 4-hour immersive class where we really do deep dive into solar and everything that you and your sales reps need to learn to sell solar, to give the homeowner the very best experience. We take care of that, and that is part of our world-class training. So let's take a look at numbers next. I got involved with Powur in 2016. If you take a look there, that was back when we made only $250,000. We have really come a long way in just such a short amount of time. We've done record-breaking crowdfunding. With our innovation of the virtual site survey, I showed that a bit ago, and the Powur, we have brought our sales from that $250,000 at the very beginning all the way up to $323 million last year. On top of that, we have been on the Inc. 5,000 list 4 years in a row. Only 10% of the companies out there can do something like that. That is how big of an opportunity that is, and Powur is really setting the standards for what a solar company should be looking like. And look at these numbers. Super, super impressive. All right, so tonight, I have shown you so far that we are the industry to be in. Massive market potential right now, just a huge global need. I showed you that we have the product, most flexible and affordable solar solutions for your homeowners. We've talked about the income, how lucrative this business can be for you and your company. We just showed you the company numbers, how fast we are growing and what we are on pace to achieve. I've shown you the technology. What can we accomplish using this cloud-based platform? But what we haven't had a chance to talk about yet is the team and the culture. It is just absolutely so impressive. Jim mentioned at the beginning that I came from the liquor sales. When I met Jonathan Budd, our CEO and founder, and I heard his vision to disrupt the energy business, and I heard his vision to help accelerate the adoption of sustainable energy worldwide, I just knew with my whole heart and soul that this is what I had been looking for. I had been looking for a chance to leave a legacy, that I did something greater and bigger for this world. So with that, I want all of you to experience that same kind of feeling from Jonathan Budd. So with that, I want to roll a short video from our CEO and founder, Jonathan Budd, so you can all hear about the vision of this company.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Budd. I'm the CEO and founder of Powur. And if you made it this far, you've probably heard incredible reasons to join our company already. But I want to take a minute to share with you where this company really came from. 12 years ago, 2010, I was making lots of money. I had a successful digital publishing company, but something was missing. And I really wanted the work that I actually do every day to be making a difference, to be helping to solve some of the challenges going on our planet. And I got a call one day from my friend Jim Bunch, and he said, "Hey man, I'm going on this trip with this organization, the Pachamama Alliance, and I think you should come. Can you come to the Amazon rainforest? For some strange reason, I said yes. So I went down to the Amazon rainforest with the Pachamama Alliance, spending time with this culture that has no concept of trash, that has lived for thousands of years in that forest. And down there, in the middle of a ceremony with one of the elder shamans of this tribe, the vision for Powur came to me. What I knew in that moment was that I was meant to come back and start an organization, the first of its kind, that was going to figure out how to enable anyone to earn their livelihood and participate in the clean energy or solar revolution. And it took me almost 10 years to really figure out what it was, following the clues and the signs that has ultimately led to where we are today, which is this absolutely disruptive platform for the solar energy industry. Powur is truly here to make the biggest difference we possibly can, aiding our world in becoming sustainable, getting as much carbon out of the atmosphere as possible, and delivering the next generation of infrastructure that society is going to be built on. Now, on top of that, our purpose is to reward financially the people who make that happen more than they ever have been in their lives before. We have this fundamental belief that if you get paid really well to do good, then you're going to do more good. The vision for Powur is to build the largest clean energy platform on planet Earth. And I think the potential for Powur is to truly be a global distributed energy utility that is delivering essential services that we all need for survival at breakthrough costs. This is not just solar power. This is solar power plus storage so that we can become our own utility and we're truly grid independent. This is transportation, whether that's electric vehicles or other forms of transportation that are coming. This is, of course, our appliances and the electrification of the home. This is how we grow food, how we source water. All of these are going to be challenges in the future, and technologies are enabling a new type of way to meet these needs. So this is an incredibly exciting time. And the platform is just in its infancy. And we're now getting to the point where we're able to add so many different types of installers, whether it's HVAC contractors, roofers, solar installers, all of the infrastructure that we need to live in a sustainable world, save money, and lower our carbon footprint. This platform is going to be able to sell and fulfill. I truly think this represents a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and there is no other company, not one, that is close to where we are today in giving you the opportunity to participate. Powur is owned truly by the people. We have now done 2 record-breaking crowdfunding rounds in which we let every single person in our ecosystem become equity owners of the company. In addition, we offer stock options to every single person who joins the company if they hit certain performance criteria. And we want it that way because truly our purpose here is to shift as much wealth to the people who are building the clean energy economy as we possibly can. This is truly the time to leave your mark. This is the time to go big, to make your dreams come true, to build that career, that lifestyle, that best life that you've envisioned for yourself, making a difference, doing it with people you love, and creating the financial prosperity that you know is possible for you. So, it's been my honor to meet you and share with you a little about the vision, origin, and purpose of Powur. Now it's your turn to join this amazing company, and let's go out there and accelerate the adoption of sustainable energy together.
Wow. Every time I watch that video, I just get chills. You know, it is not too often, I feel, that we come across a company with just such a commitment to its vision, you know, and to accelerate the adoption of clean energy worldwide. Why wouldn't that be a mission? that any company out there wanted to be part of, you know? So again, it all starts from the top. Robust, innovative platform, culture, community, highest revenue potential, visionary founder. It's all there. On top of that, we are a public benefit corporation. Go ahead and scan that up in the corner there. That is going to give you our impact report. It's going to show you what it means for us to be a committed to being a certified corporation and what does that look like. All right, so on top of that, we've got huge amounts of customer reviews. I mentioned earlier that we know that your customers mean the world to you. They mean the world to us. You can see it right here, you know, Yelp, BB&B, all of that, it's there, and we are just getting started with our winning and our excellence. So right now, you know, again, 87 million homes available for solar. What will your impact be? What is that going to look like for you, you know? Are you going to have your robust solar sales and fulfillment software suite? Yes. Do you want to have that cost of goods model and your 5 ways to earn? Yes. That's what it's about. Diverse access to the leading equipment and financing, all of the tools, trainings, culture, everything to support you along the way. So Powur is 3 different options for the plan. So it's really pick and choose what's going to be best for you and your company. Any time you can upgrade, change it, you know. So we've got our single sellers. So that's for the single seller out there wanting to learn how to sell solar. Then you've got your Powur Pro license. So that's if, you know, you're out there and you have maybe a couple of assistants or one assistant. Maybe you've got some lead generators, like I said, a door knocker, or you're buying leads and you want to be able to offer them and you're using our certified sellers. Or maybe you're that company that's really ready to have that full solar business in a box, right? That's that Powur Enterprise. That's where you're going to be able to seat your sellers. You can even move up to an 80-20 split. There's some discount. You get better percentages with some volume. That's going to give you your enterprise equity earning plan. That's going to give you that ability to co-brand. There's a lot that you can do. And so basically, there is a platform, a version of it, that will help you find what's going to suit you and your business needs the best. So next, what I want to do is show you guys a video that Bobby Smith, our field president, did. He did an amazing interview with both a roofing company and then Weldon Long. He's a New York Times bestselling author, become a good friend of ours, and really helped leading the way with the HVAC program. So let's go ahead and take a moment, watch that video with Bobby Smith, and we'll see you on the other side.
We are very excited to have another special guest with us tonight, Brian McSteen. Brian, you out there?
I'm here.
Well, Brian, again, your background's pretty impressive. We've been bringing on the elite of the elite as an owner of McCallum Roofing, one of Inc. 5000's fastest growing companies, business leader of the year. I understand the king of the roof, a Better Business Bureau board member. I mean, wow, extremely impressive. So you've had one hell of a career. You know, Brian, what I want to start with is, you know, maybe I'm crazy, but since the day I got involved with Powur, I've always thought that there was a division for roofers, that a trusted expert of the roof would want to be selling solar. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it just makes perfect sense. I mean, there's this big movement that's happening right now where, you know, some solar installers are actually becoming roofers, and it's becoming a real threat almost to the roofing industry. And a lot of the roofers are becoming solar installers. And so, you know, personally, you know, I got into it because I don't want to be left behind.
Yeah, I know the feeling. And you kind of represented that whole ecosystem with Powur, right? As a roofer for us, you know, then selling and installing, you've kind of taken that whole journey with us. What's that been like?
Yeah, I mean, Powur has really brought a lot of value to our company because, you know, is a roofer, we're not only just doing roofs for ourselves, but we're actually doing roofs for other reps as well that are, kind of in Powers. So it's worked out really well for us.
Yeah. And, it's not just the roofing industry, Brian. What would you say to the contracting, the home service industry, everybody that's going to go through this, economy or whatever's happening right now in the world? What would you say to all the guys out there and gals that are working on homes and working for homeowners?
The hardest part about this business is really getting in front of somebody. It's really having that authentic conversation. It's explaining to them. Most people don't actually understand the benefits. They're just starting. We're at the early adoption stages right now, where people are just starting to learn about this. And so it doesn't matter whether you're a roofer or HVAC or a painter. If you have the opportunity to sit in front of somebody and have that authentic conversation, you have an opportunity to utilize Powur and make a lot of money.
So for all the roofers out there, you're at the top of the food chain, right? We talked about your resume. You probably have what most roofing companies and executives want. Why this for you right now? Why this, adding this to your portfolio now?
It just made a lot of sense to me, because we already have the phone calls coming in. We already have those leads. We already have those opportunities to sit down with those clients. And it just makes perfect sense to have that second option and say, hey, go solar. Because we know if we're not going to do it, that somebody else will. Why would we give that opportunity of revenue, to increase our revenue, to increase our profits, and also help our salesmen make more money? It wouldn't make sense not to do it.
Yeah. So I spend a good portion of my days talking to people about why Powur, if they're going to get into solar, why Powur? You had a chance to do your due diligence, your reputation's on the line, your company's name, everything that you've built. Why Powur? What was that decision process for you?
Everybody at Powur is really, really great to work with. That's probably one of the biggest decisions, the reasons for my decision. Another thing is also the revenue share. It's unlike anything out there. The cost of goods model, extremely important. It's not a red line model. So we have an opportunity to still be competitive in the marketplace. In a position where a lot of people with that red line model are not able to be competitive. So that's one of the main reasons why obviously I chose Powur. The people are amazing to work with. The rev share model also. Everybody's goal in life is to be able to make income after they've stopped working, and Powur gives you that opportunity to do that.
Okay, so Brian, we started touching a little bit about revenue. You're a savvy, sophisticated business guy. What kind of revenue potential do you see for your company next year and in the years beyond? What are your goals here? What are your targets?
I mean, as far as my roofing company, another one of the main reasons that we hopped on board is because you guys handle all the back end office. And when you're talking about, overhead versus your revenue and what you actually can produce and the output that you have to put out to obtain that type of, income from that revenue, Powur really puts you in a position, because they take care of all the accounting. They take care of all the project management, and in my business, I pay $150,000 a month just to handle that amongst all the other crazy things I have to do with hiring, with firing, and accounting and keeping track of everything. So that's probably one of the most exciting things as far as, the cost versus the revenue produced in this business. It's really unbelievable. I perceive that we'll probably be in the $15 to $25 million range.
Wow, that's extraordinary. I think Charles Thompson mentioned that you had mentioned that it'd be cool if you had somebody doing for your roofing business what Powur does for the solar side of it.
Yeah, I can. I pay $150,000 a month for that. I'm like, and in this program, for the average user, it's $85 a month. I mean, how can you beat that? You can't. Like, I'm like, hey, we need an online program where they do all our project management and all we do is worried about getting paid. In selling, that'd be great. I'll take it all day because I got all the leads in the world.
I get it, man. So look, we're in the construction business just like you, and we know that things happen and projects get stalled and supply chain, all the things that are happening in the world right now. But what's your experience in total been? Because anybody can say anything, right? When you get in Powur and you start to work with our company, what's your experience been like so far to date?
Yeah, of course. Obviously with any company, there's growing pains, especially with the large shift that's really happened recently, where you guys sold 500 more projects in a month than you had expected because of the increasing rates of electricity. That's normal. I think people are understanding of that when you explain it to them. So that's not really been an issue. But the fact that you guys really have that communication down, you guys do communicate with all the project managers, you do communicate with all the clients. And so that experience has honestly been really great.
Yeah. We appreciate that. And then in closing, so we got a lot of roofers on, a lot of contractors, but specifically roofing tonight.
Yeah.
What would be your message to them? That person that's maybe not opened their mind up, or maybe they just thought it wasn't for them. They've got their blockers and their blinders on. What would you say to the members of the roofing industry?
I would probably compare this to investing in Bitcoin back in 2000, maybe 13. If you look at Australia, they have about a 40% adoption in solar power. We're at probably a 4% maybe now.
Yeah.
And we're about to be Australia in the next few years. So either you jump on that Bitcoin train, or you can cry about it later.
Well, I've probably never said this before, but I guess the end of this conversation would be cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you for being a part of Powur. Thank you for leading the roofing industry into renewable energy. And we're also doing something we always talk about for our children and for theirs. So we put our heads on the pillow at night knowing that we're doing the right thing.
Exactly.
How about that? How's that feel to you, that portion of this?
It's amazing. This is all for good things. I mean, we're really, we're doing something right for the earth. This is something that needed to happen a long time ago. And finally, this movement, solar electricity is now the cheapest energy on earth. And now we can actually make that a reality. So it feels good.
All right. Well, cheers, mate.
Thanks.
Well, we've got another very special guest from another big industry. We are so excited to have one of the HVAC's industry's leading experts here tonight. This is a gentleman who really needs no introduction. Weldon Long, you're an expert in the industry, a consultant in the industry, a founding member of the EGIA, a New York Times best-selling author, and still considered one of the industry's experts on biz dev and training. So we're just honored to have you here today. And I think what's really important to all the guests here tonight, all the HVAC industry folks, is that you've also always owned your own HVAC company. So
Absolutely.
You're speaking from a position for strength. So again, we're honored to have you here tonight. Wanted to ask you a couple questions.
Yep.
So why do you think this makes so much sense for the HVAC? Why does solar and the HVAC industry make so much sense?
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Bobby, first of all, for having me. I appreciate this opportunity to talk about your organization and how your organization is helping my industry. I appreciate that very much. So a tip of the cap. It's a no-brainer, Bobby. I mean, we're in the house every single day. We're sitting at kitchen tables with mom and pop homeowner. And guess what we're talking about? We're talking about converting to electric, heat, and of course, air conditioning. We're talking about energy savings. We're talking about energy efficiency. You can't have that conversation and not have the conversation with solar. And it's not just because solar obviously is producing the electricity to run the electric systems in the home. The government, as we all know, with the new Inflation Reduction Act, is pouring gazillions of dollars into supporting this technology. When you're having a conversation with a homeowner about converting to electric and the government is promoting the solar technology, you can't really have one conversation without the other. It's a perfect fit.
Yeah. So you're on the Mount Rushmore of the HVAC industry, right? I'm winging some of this, but it seems appropriate.
I appreciate
So
it.
some might say, why you? You've earned so much money in the industry. You're such a high paid consultant. Why you? Why do you want to be in the solar industry?
Well, and I think something that's really important for me is I'm not just a guy that's an expert in the industry. I'm in the industry. I'm in the trenches. I've had a half a dozen of my own heating and air conditioning companies. I own one now in Colorado. And we're always looking for ways, obviously, to increase our revenue. We're looking for new, revenue centers. We're looking for, we're selling indoor air quality. We're selling ductwork and selling all these other different products because we're trying to drive our revenue. So it was a natural fit for me over the last few years that we began to look for the ability to get into the solar business, because it's just like if I'm going to sell an indoor air quality product, that's a natural fit with the HVAC. Again, the solar is a natural fit. So I began to look for ways to do that, right? I want to drive my revenue. I want to leverage my relationships. So many HVAC companies, as an example, also do plumbing. Well, we always leverage those relationships. When you're in the house talking about HVAC, say, hey, here's some information on our plumbing. So we're looking to add other departments, other revenue streams to our business. Solar is the perfect fit. So I began the journey a couple of years ago, trying to figure out what it would take to get into the solar business. And the one thing I found is there's some pretty significant barriers to entry, because you got to spend a lot of money on systems and infrastructure to be able to do that, which I know we're going to talk about that more and how your company fits into that groove. But no matter what it takes, we decided a couple of years ago, we're getting into solar. And if we got to buy a bunch of equipment and train a bunch of people and learn a whole new technology, well, that's what we're going to do, because we're not going to miss the boat on this solar, movement, on being the leading edge of this whole trend.
Yeah. And we know with your reputation in the industry, that your reputation is as important, obviously, as anything.
Yeah.
Why Powur? I know you did some due diligence, you did some homework. Yep. What made, there's thousands of solar companies out there. There's a lot of ways to go, like you talked about. You don't want to invest and start your own. We get that. But why did you choose Powur? Why there?
Well, initially it was Powur because Powur said, hey, we'll do all the heavy lifting for you. We do the installations, we do the service, right? We take care of everything. So that was actually, obviously the first thing that was kind of like, hey, you mean I can get into the solar business and I can leverage your company and your resources and your expertise and your infrastructure, and I don't have to train people and learn to do solar. I could just go in there and talk to the homeowners about solar and then let you guys do the heavy lifting, and I get paid for that. We'll talk more about that later. But I'll be honest with you, a big part of the reason is Melissa Dawson. She's just a sweetheart. She's driven, she's focused, she's motivated. She is 100% badass. And I met her about 8 months ago, a year ago or so, in Denver for breakfast with some other mutual business interests and business friends. And like, her intensity and her passion for the industry and her passion for Powur, I'm like, dang, there must be something going on here. And then as I got to meet you and the others in your company and kind of see how the process flow works, the commitment to excellence that you guys have, the commitment to treating people properly, the commitment to being a partner for that homeowner and not just a transaction. As I begin to meet the people in your organization, I'm like, okay, this is a company that I can trust my reputation to. I'll tell you, in this industry, there's nothing more important than Google ratings. In my company, we have hundreds upon hundreds of Google ratings, and we have a 4.8. Right? We train that. We inculcate in our people. We talk about every day. You got to do the right thing. You got to get the great reviews. Well, guess what? You guys are as concerned about that stuff as we are. That was a big deal for me. The fact that you guys are taking care of business, you got your ducks in a row, and you got a rock star running the HVAC division. And we're just excited to be partners with you guys.
Yeah, it's a big part. All the people tuning in here today, they were brought here by someone, and the integrity of that person and their reputation and their passion for what we're doing is a big part of this. So I know we talked a little bit about money. There's some money being made in HVAC, and there's a certain temperature normally outside when you're doing HVAC. Maybe you could talk a little bit about, sweat. We almost talk about sweat equity, about, what it takes here and the money that you can earn here and what those look like.
Hey, well, no disrespect to you or Melissa, but the money's the best part. I mean, you guys are awesome, but I'm trying to make a living out here, right? I'm out there with my nose to the grindstone because I'm trying to accomplish some things with respect to my financial security. Listen, when you look at the average HVAC installation, if you're doing a full system, the average ticket across the country is about $12,000. Right? The target gross profit on that is 50%. And I will tell you, I've been doing this for a long time, 20 years training HVAC companies, and not very many of them have a pure 50% gross margin if they really count all of their cost of goods, right? So if you look at a true 50% gross margin, that's $6,000 in gross profit, operating income to run your business. When we started looking at solar, one of the most attractive things is not just, how it fits into the conversation, but the average ticket is so much higher on that. So that's what got me interested. Like, wow, we can really drive our average revenue, our average ticket. Well, when I saw the compensation plan under Powur Solar, it's like, you mean I can get this $6,000 or thereabouts in gross profit without having to do anything except refer the lead. So the way it works is our sales guys, our comfort advisors, they go down, they're at the kitchen table with mom and pop homeowner. They're selling an HVAC system. And then the part of the conversation is, oh, by the way, have you ever thought about solar? Well, guess what? Everybody's thinking about solar. Did you understand the government's incentivizing through tax credits and other mechanisms to incentivize this? When we refer that opportunity, that lead to Powur, Powur comes in and runs the lead, handles all the installation, handles all the service, all the warranty, all the everything. And my company makes anywhere from around $3,000 to $5,000 in pure gross profit based on that transaction. That's all we have to do is refer to you guys. We do nothing. We don't have to handle the financing. We don't have to handle the paperwork. We don't do anything except, hey, Mr. Homeowner, you guys just spent $12,000 on a new electric HVAC, heating and air conditioning system. Have you ever thought about solar so you can power it for free or damn near free? Right? Oh, that's a great idea. Well, let me put you in touch with these people. Then we do the referral. Again, $3,000 to $5,000 upon installation completion, of course, right? If you guys sell it, then we get that. And the best part is, and a lot of the guys in this industry are just like me, we have sales advisors, comfort advisors that are really, really good sales professionals. We have the opportunity. We haven't done this yet in my company, but we have the opportunity with your organization that I can train my guys to sell the solar if I want to. And if we actually sell the solar, we can double our revenue. Instead of $3,000 to $5,000 at $6,000 to $10,000, I can pay my salesperson a couple of $1,000s commission. That's great for them on top of their HVAC system commission. And the company's got thousands of dollars left over that go straight towards the bottom line. And there's no brain damage. Operationally, we don't have to deal with it. Warranty work, not our problem. Service, call these guys. We don't have to mess with it. So it is like the ultimate opportunity. I will tell you, it's very similar to my speaking business. A lot of the folks watching this know me from my speaking consulting. I work with organizations like EGIA, the Electric Gas Industries Association. It's an 85-year-old nonprofit. And I work with them. Why? Because they got a great reputation. They do the right thing. I produce content. They handle all the brain damage. That's what we're doing with Powur. We're producing the opportunity. You guys handle the brain damage. And guess what? You're generous and kind enough to compensate us for that. I mean, what's not to love?
You got it. And correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't every HVAC company have a list that they could blind copy an email or send their newsletter out and ask all their current clients who already have their trust if they want a free energy evaluation for their
Absolutely.
home solar?
It's funny we had that conversation. I just had a meeting at my company today. This HVAC company I own right now, it's only 3 years old. We're going to do close to $10 million in our third year. We have about 10,000 customers in our database. Well, guess who we're targeting? Have you thought about solar? Again, everybody's thinking about solar. Why? Because the government is going to spend a lot of money incentivizing the technology over the course of the next 10 years. And I want to say something to all the HVAC industry guys, because I'm an HVAC industry guy, first and foremost. I understand that a lot of you, I have these conversations every day. I just did a 2-day seminar the last 2 days, and guys are like, well, we don't think this is Inflation Reduction Act is really going to, reduce inflation. That's not my lane, right? That's the politician lane. That's beyond my control. The reality is, whatever you think about it politically, they are incentivized cleaner, more efficient energy. And we have a responsibility, in fact, a duty to our industry to help share the information on cleaner, more efficient electricity, more efficient energy, cleaner energy. I don't care who you are. Are you concerned about reducing the carbon footprint for your kids and grandkids? Of course you are. I don't care what you think about global warming. I don't care what you think about the politics of it. Everybody knows we got to do a better job in protecting the environment. If I don't share this information with my homeowner about cleaner, more efficient energy, I'm doing them a disservice. We got to get on board with this, right? And this is our opportunity.
And isn't the conversation pretty similar? More efficient energy. We're adding a 30-year industry changing warranty onto it. They're raising the value of their home. I mean, isn't it, how similar is the combo?
It's like totally symbiotic, if I can use a 1970s kind of a hip cool kind of phrase, right? You can't have one conversation without the other. I'll tell you, Bobby, one of the funniest things about this is that in my industry, and I've trained thousands of sales professionals, and it's very common, especially in areas of the country where solar is already very popular, right? Maybe Arizona, maybe California. And we're walking to the house, and one of the things that we're going to sell the homeowner on is to convert to electric heat because it saves a ton of money, right? On an electric heat pump, on natural gas, for example, even the most efficient natural gas furnace, if I put $1 worth of natural gas, the most efficient natural gas furnace will produce 96 cents of heat and 4 cents goes out the flue. With an electric heat pump, we can put $1 worth of electricity for heat and produce over $2 of heat. It's way more efficient, right? But when we go into a home and we see solar panels, it's like, dang, we can't even use our energy efficiency because they don't care how much it costs to, on electricity because they got solar. Well, guess what? Now we care very much because we want to be the ones selling the solar. So we're going to be part of that conversation. We don't look at it anymore as the enemy, like, dang, I can't sell efficiency because they have solar. They don't care how much electricity costs. Well, guess what? Now we can be part of that conversation. We can benefit financially and environmentally and industry-wise with that conversation by being a part of it.
And we didn't discuss this, but it just came into my head. Something tells me that the HVAC industry in most markets in the United States, or many of them, slows up a little bit when the temperatures go down a little bit. I would assume that the fall and the winter can get a little.
Oh my gosh,
slow.
You just put a stake through my heart, didn't you, Bobby? You had to bring that up. We have the shoulder season. I'm in Colorado. It's a little different depending where you are in the country. But the reality is you're going to have 5, 6, maybe 7, really great months, either really cold or really hot weather. And then you're going to have the shoulder season, right? I'm in Colorado today at 75 degrees and sunshine. Nobody's calling about heating. Nobody's calling about cooling. The beautiful thing about the solar technology is it doesn't have a slow season. It doesn't have a shoulder season. It doesn't depend on the weather in terms of its attractiveness. Obviously, the weather will impact the day-to-day efficiency of it, how much energy it produces based on the weather. But the weather doesn't dictate the slow seasons and the fast seasons, to the industry, because people are buying this stuff year round. For those of you in our industry, in the HVAC industry doing plumbing, it's kind of like the plumbing thing. Plumbing doesn't have a season, right? Things happen when they happen. Solar is the same way. So what it does, it helps us even out those shoulder seasons, provides an additional revenue stream, zero brain damage. It's like what I call a duh question. Should I do it? Well, duh, there's only one answer, right? And it's just a natural fit. It soothes out the peaks and the valley seasons. We don't have the brain damage. We get revenue. It's great for our homeowners. It's great for the environment. Everybody wins. Everybody wins.
Well, it's obvious why you're one of the most respected and highest paid, trainers and biz dev guys in the industry. In closing, in short, what would you say to the industry? What would you say to people, the HVAC specialists trying to make a decision whether they want to get into solar or not?
I would say get in where you fit in, man, because opportunities come along every so often. I will tell you, I've earned millions of dollars in the residential heating and air conditioning industry. And I work hard, I stay focused, but I'm going to tell you something. A huge component of my success, and every successful person I talk to, Bobby, Melissa, I guarantee you'll back me up on this, timing and opportunity, being in the right place at the right time. I've had so many things happen in my career that I just happened to be the right place at the right time. Yes, I worked hard. And yes, my luck is a combination of my preparation and my dedication. And so I get lucky. But timing and opportunity have so much a part of everything successful in business. This is the time. This is the opportunity. I'm telling you, the stars have aligned, the heavens are parted, the harps of angels are coming down. It's like there's a sign, right? Like, let's get this done. You got to do it with somebody or you're going to get left in the dust. You might as well do it with the best organization in the country, and that's you guys, Powur Solar.
Well, having you being a part of Powur and the opportunity for us to work with you and the opportunity to just work together and build a cleaner world for our children and for their children and provide economic addition, if not relief, to the HVAC industry in those months, in those lean years, and whatever economy we're now heading into. We're just honored that you took a few minutes to spend some time with us, and we thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
It's my pleasure, my friend. Thank you so much, Bobby and Melissa. Thanks, guys.
My pleasure.
Boom. You heard it from Weldon Long. Timing is everything. And the time is now. So we're inviting you today to join with us and help us seamlessly add solar to your current portfolio. So with that being said, I want to say a huge thank you to our amazing production team for everybody that made it out here. And thank you all. Get back to the person that invited you here tonight. And we are excited to lock arms with you and help you have a successful solar business.